Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of ERB Reviews. My name is Mike and we're going to take another look at the PlayStation Vita about a week later. My first impressions were this thing was very sleek, obviously technologically advanced. A lot of people have done reviews on all the technical specifications, so I'm not going to revisit that again this week. But what I am going to talk a little bit about is my experience with the device so far, some of the accessories that I've purchased, and just give you kind of a fast-forward preview of my experience a week later. So right out of the gate, I want to say that this is a case that I actually bought as part of the package that it came with. It's not a bad case. It's got that soft cushion. I did another review on it, but I've already figured, I think, over the last week that what I don't like is the fact that it's not a clamshell design case. And what do I mean by clamshell? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't like when I have to take this out of the case that it rubs against the zippers, for one. Of course, anyone who has this device is going to be concerned about scratching it. I think we're all fanatical about that. So that's the one thing that bothers me. The other thing is too that, and I know this is probably if I'm in idiot mode and I'm being kind of a jackass a little bit, but if you forget the zipper, then you happen to pick this up, or if you stuff it into the case real quick and then you come back later on, and there's a good chance that this could fall out of the case. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case's fault, but sometimes you like things just a little bit more idiot-proof. Now, not a big deal, but like I said before, I've always said I like a clamshell design. I was so excited about getting this accessory for free that I actually didn't really pay much attention, but I sure do miss a regular clamshell case, which I know they're starting to come out with those. So would I buy this case again? Probably not. The price was right. I think you can get this case for about $10, so I guess you kind of get what you pay for. It does hold the PSP firmly in place. It does have a little soft padding. There's room for games, and you might be able to fit the power supply in there, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. So that's the case. So would I buy this? I'm going to say this is a bust. Garbage. All right, moving along. Also with my case came my package in the bundle was a screen protector. Now, if you look closely, you will notice there is no screen protector. And that's because the screen protector that came with it, which I believe was a CTA model, which I did a separate review on, also garbage. So within 30 seconds I removed that. It was only a screen protector that covered just the basic screen. Some people complained it didn't cover the entire control panel. I can't even imagine what a nightmare that would be to try to put a screen protector bubble-free, lint-free on an entire top of this device. So if I find a screen protector I like, then I will certainly share it with everyone, but so far I've got nothing. Now, generally on my iPhone devices and my Androids, there's a company called Power Support USA. They've always made very high quality screen protectors. They've always gone on great. They've always stuck to the screen. Limited air bubbles, of course, if you know the Scotch tape technique where you can remove the lint, that's always a great thing to do too, but cannot recommend the screen protector that came with the bundle. So far the bundle's kind of a bust. For $2.99, really the only thing that was of any value was the 8 gig memory card and the 3G Wi-Fi version, which, you know, you basically, those are the only two useful items you're getting out of it. Now, I know also there was a big deal made out of the Augmented Reality. Now, I've played around with the soccer game, tabletop soccer. I've tried the fireworks, and I've also tried the other game that comes with it, which is a augmented Space Invaders type of game, along with the little Deviants game. I've tried the demo on there as well. I don't know that I really care for the augmented reality. The commercials look great. I'm not sure if it's more of a gimmick and a selling point than it is of anything of real value. But these are the cards that you have to line up in order to use it. In some cases it uses your real live environment by using the rear-facing camera. I got to tell you, I can live without that. So again, not sure that augmented reality is being used to its fullest potential so far, but this is my impression a week later. Now, on to the gaming itself. Plenty of reviews out there covering Uncharted and all the other different games that are available. So far, I have to say that Uncharted is certainly a great little game, and I've been quite addicted to it. Initially, when I first picked up Uncharted and I started playing Uncharted Golden Abyss, I have to say I was a little frustrated with the targeting system. I found it very difficult with my larger hands to actually zero in on an enemy and take the kill shot. It was a little bit frustrating, but I realized very quickly in the options menu, in the Uncharted options menu, that you can set a auto it's almost like an auto targeting assist mode, and it takes a little bit of the manual function of aiming out of it, but it actually doesn't do it all for you. So when you zoom in on an enemy, you can very quickly adjust and make some small incremental moves, and you can take down your target. One of the other things I also realized too is when you're targeting an enemy and you have your zoom feature on, it's sometimes easier just to simply move the 6-axis controller built into the device itself, rather than trying to actually use your analog sticks to get into the perfect position. Sometimes it's just a minor tweak left or right or up or down on your device just to actually zero in on maybe a headshot or a torso shot, or maybe a foot shot if somebody's hiding behind some barricades. So that's absolutely made the gaming experience a lot better. Screen looks great. Not sure about a lot of the other content. Rayman Origins is a lot of fun, family-oriented game. Little deviance, a little funky, a little weird. It might appeal to some people. A little disappointed with Maps. Maps doesn't appear to have an actual satellite version of the, like you might find on Google Maps, where you have a satellite versus more of the, I guess, the graphical version. Now, maybe I'm missing something and I have to play with it a little bit longer. I did add Flickr as an app. And, you know, like anything, I think the Flickr interface is decent, does a nice job. Haven't really felt that the Near function's being used to its fullest potential yet, but that's probably also because there's not a lot of people who have the systems out there. Unfortunately, I don't think the Vita is launching to any extravagant numbers that hopefully Sony will see in the near future. One of the other things I'm going to mention, a lot of people have talked about it, is you can already see it, the battery life is horrible. I'd say you get a good 3 or 4 hours out of the battery if you're doing gameplay. I imagine it couldn't be any different for video if you're watching videos or even browsing the internet. Beautiful screen. You could probably turn down the display brightness levels to maybe conserve a little bit of power, but come on guys, that really defeats the purpose. In this day and age, when you're getting 8 to 10 hours out of your iPad batteries, God knows my Kindle device hasn't been recharged in probably 3 or 4 months. We got to do a better job. And very frustrating, there are no interchangeable batteries. So that means when you lose juice and this battery goes dead, this thing is off to Sony Playland to get replaced. So I know what you guys are thinking over there, Sony, but you might want to get the battery thing together. Other than that, I don't have many other gripes about it. As a gaming device, there's been a lot of questions on whether or not this is still a viable platform for different consumers, and I absolutely believe it is. I'm a hardcore gamer. I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, I have Android devices in my home, and if you want to play games, this is a device. You want to play little farming games and slashers, then you can certainly do that on the iPad. Maybe with the iPad 3 and more processing power and the other platforms, we'll actually start to see some more intense games. But for now, I have to say that the PlayStation Vita is probably a little bit of an overpriced, top-of-the-line gaming platform. I'm not going to watch movies on it. I have my iPad for that. I'm probably not going to listen to music on it. I have my iPad for that. I have my iPhone for that. And I do find myself carrying around a tray of electronic devices right now in my house. I carry some headphones. I'm carrying my iPhone. I'm carrying my iPad. I practically need a backpack now to carry all my devices. And now I'm adding this to my arsenal so I can actually play some decent games when I'm on the go. I love it. Probably wouldn't return it, but I would wish that Sony would soon maybe recall the batteries and do something about that, and you'd almost have a near perfect portable gaming platform. So that's it. That's my time. That's my fast forward week in review with the PlayStation Vita. If you have any comments, you want to share any tips or tricks that you might have found, feel free to write in to erbreviews@gmail.com. And thank you for listening, and please subscribe, and I will look forward to doing another broadcast for you in about a week. Take care.